ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa is taking the party's local election campaign to KwaZulu-Natal today. For more on this, we cross now to our reporter Simphiwe Makhanya, who is KwaMakhutha, south of Durban. Simphiwe, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, tell us exactly where you are and what's happening, and what's the mood like ahead of the ANC President's visit?
Well, good morning to you, Simphiwe and Lebo in studio. Well, certainly a short while ago, we saw the president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, arriving here at KwaMakhutha as part, of course, of that campaign trail that he has been embarking upon, nationwide campaign trail ahead of the local government elections. Today, Simphiwe, the president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, is campaigning here in eThekwini region, which is the party's biggest region in the country. He's gaining support for the African National Congress ahead of the local government elections on the 1st of November. But we are hoping indeed to have an opportunity to engage him on a number of issues that are currently, facing the African National Congress as well as its leaders, especially issues around the issue of corruption or allegations of corruption. Simphiwe, outside this community hall where we are, Simphiwe, a handful of ANC volunteers are gathered outside chanting songs that we support President Cyril Ramaphosa. And after this brief engagement with the leadership of the ANC in this province and some NEC members, he will then take the campaign to door-to-door here in the area of KwaMakhutha, and they will then proceed to Umbumbulu, where he's going to be addressing supporters of the ANC as well, Simphiwe.
Now, Simphiwe, we know that the ANC, in particular in the KZN province, we've seen deep-seated factionalism. Now that President Cyril Ramaphosa will be visiting that particular province and KwaMakhutha, how likely will the party deliver on its mandate, deliver the basic services that the residents of KwaMakhutha need, when the party is pulling in different directions?
Certainly, Simphiwe. In fact, that's one of the questions that we may have to pose to the president if he gives us an opportunity to engage him, because it's no secret that the African National Congress is facing a plethora of challenges. One of those, of course, is the issue of divisions within the party that are seemingly, becoming worse and worse by the day. So we are hoping to engage the president to hear how he hopes this will have an impact, or how this will impact the party in terms of its performance on the 1st of November for the local government elections, Simphiwe. But the sentiment from the people on the ground, Simphiwe, is that they just want basic services. The issue of water has been raised, prominently by some committee members here, saying that there are water shortages in the area, as well as the issue of housing being raised by some, supporters of the party. They are basically saying that they want the ANC to deliver on its mandate, Simphiwe.
And, the killing of 3 women has sparked, fears of political violence ahead of the elections. And we know that in the past, KZN has been, laden with political violence as a run-up to the election. So is there a cloud of fear, perhaps, judging from the killing of the 3 women recently? Is there a cloud of fear? Are people fearful of going into the polls and vote?
Well, Simphiwe, if you recall that about a few weeks ago, the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, was campaigning in Pietermaritzburg, where he was blockaded by community members who didn't want him to, campaign for his party there ahead of the local government elections. But of course, there have been those, 1 or 2 incidents of political intolerance, if I may call them that. But of course, when the issue that you are referring to, the police minister as well as the state security deputy minister, that's Zizu Kodwa, did go to the scene of where the incident took place in Inanda, where they assured community members that police will be on the ground in the province of KwaZulu-Natal and anywhere else in the country where there may be, issues when it comes to the issue of political intolerance and violence, that to say that these elections will be free and fair, and they are not going to allow anyone to actually, take away the right of South Africans from, taking part in the 1st of November polls. Simphiwe.
All right, Simphiwe, thanks indeed for that update. We appreciate your time. We will touch base with you a little later on as soon as the president arrives.